Good evening, and welcome back. Tonight, we are taking a closer look at a moment from the Pete Hegseth confirmation hearing that is still reverberating far beyond the hearing room, not because of theatrics, but because it exposed a deeper and unresolved debate about what modern military strength actually means. If you want clear, fact-based breakdowns like this that go beyond the surface, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update.
Ms. Houlahan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, I've been looking forward very much to our time together. My name is Chrissy Houlahan. In addition to representing a part of Pennsylvania, the 6th District, I also am a veteran. I come from a family of veterans and service members, and it's very deeply personal to me, this conversation that we're having, as I know it is to you as well. Over the last several days, I've had the opportunity to watch a bit of the hearings that you have testified at this week, and I can see and know that you have quite a bit to say. But since I only have 5 minutes, I'm going to try and focus my time on a concept that you talk about very frequently, and that is lethality. By definition, lethality simply means being capable of causing death. Secretary Hegseth, I have a couple of clarifying questions that I'd like very much to get through. So in the interest of time and efficiency, I would ask just simply for a yes or no from you for the answers to these questions in advance, and I thank you. So given that definition of lethality, would it be fair to say that both men and women are, generally speaking, capable of causing death?
It depends.
Yes or no, sir?
Depends on the context.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Are men and women capable of causing death?
It depends on the context.
Yes or no?
It depends on the context.
It's unbelievable to me that you can't come up with an answer whether or not a man or a woman can cause death. That's an obvious yes. Would it be fair to say that the U.S. military trains our soldiers in multiple ways to be capable of causing death, whether they are men or women?
That's a big part of our job.
Yes. Would it be fair to say that both men and women are capable of pulling a trigger of a rifle to cause death? Yes or no?
Sure.
And would it be fair to say that both men and women are capable of operating an unmanned combat drone or maybe pushing a button to launch a missile to cause death again? Yes or no?
I know what you're getting at, ma'am.
Yes?
But it is,
so lastly,
men and women
sir,
carry equipment differently,
lastly,
a 155 round
lastly,
differently,
sir,
a rucksack differently,
reclaiming
a 240
my
Bravo
time,
machine gun
I asked
differently.
about missiles and drones,
It is
sir.
the gentlelady's
Reclaiming
time.
my time. Reclaiming my time,
Let's pause.
sir.
It is the gentlelady's time.
Would it be fair, finally, to say that both men and women are capable of piloting a jet or a helicopter to combat people and to cause death as a consequence?
A lot of wonderful female pilots.
Yes or no? So while I agree with you that physical fitness, as you were mentioning, is a very strong and important component of lethality, the warfighter that you have written about in your books and talked about on various podcasts is but a very, very small piece of the overall lethality picture. In fact, we estimate only about 10% of our military personnel are directly involved in the kind of combat that you're referring to. Rather, 90%, that's the math, of our troops are doing other jobs that support and enable those 10%. So to put it simply, lethality cannot be measured solely by the damage that a 6'3", 225-pound Christian male with a rifle can do to the enemy anymore. Sure, I agree he's part of that solution, but it is an incomplete and at best very dangerous and very homogeneous description of that. Lethality is equal parts technical skills, tactical experience, cognitive problem solving, and physical fitness. It's not about one person, but it's about many. It's not about blue or red. It's not about liberal or conservative, Christian, Jewish, or agnostic. It's not about North and South. Here are some statements that you have said previously about women in service. This is 2024, sir, not when you were a 19-year-old. You have said that women are life givers, that dads push us to take risks, and that moms put the training wheels on our bikes, that we need moms, but not in the military. Secondly, you have said, I am straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles. It hasn't made us more effective, and it hasn't made us more lethal. With what's left of my time, sir, I will say to you that women have served our country for 200+ years in our militaries and in service and protection of our nation. They are watching you, what you do and what you say, and we deserve better from you. Women can and do serve with lethality today. We can and do all of the jobs that are required of us. Yes or no, do you believe military women should be in all roles in the military?
Women have joined
Yes
our
or
military
no, sir?
in record numbers
Should
under this
women be
administration.
in all roles in the military?
Standards should be high and equal for
Yes
all
or
positions.
no, sir? We agree. Should they
Standards-
be in all roles in the
So
military?
my job is that
yes
10%
or no?
stays as sharp as
Reclaiming my
possible.
time.
Standards should be high and equal.
Reclaiming my time. Will you agree that that women should be able to perform in all combat roles, assuming they meet the standards?
Gentlelady's time's expired.
It's all about standards.
Before we move to
Representative Chrissy Houlahan of Pennsylvania, a veteran herself and a member of a military family, used her limited 5 minutes not to make a speech, but to test an idea that Hegseth repeatedly emphasizes in his public commentary, the concept of lethality. Lethality, as she correctly defined it, simply means the capacity to cause death. It sounds straightforward, but as this exchange showed, it is anything but simple when applied to today's armed forces. Before we go deeper, take a moment to subscribe, because this conversation touches the future of military readiness itself. Houlahan's strategy was deliberate. She stripped the argument down to its most basic elements and asked for yes or no answers. Can men cause death? Can women cause death? Can both pull a trigger, operate a drone, launch a missile, or fly a combat aircraft? These questions were not rhetorical. They were designed to show that modern warfare is no longer defined by brute physical force alone, if it ever truly was. Hegseth repeatedly resisted giving clean answers, often qualifying his responses with context, equipment load, or physical differences, even when the question focused on remote or technical forms of combat. That resistance is where the exchange became revealing. To understand why this matters, you have to understand how the modern U.S. military actually functions. Roughly 90% of service members are not frontline infantry exchanging rifle fire. They are pilots, intelligence analysts, cyber operators, logistics specialists, drone crews, missile technicians, medics, engineers, and planners. Their work enables the remaining 10% to function at all. Lethality in this system is distributed, it is cumulative, it is not the product of one person's physical dominance, but of coordinated human and technological systems. If this kind of context matters to you, hit subscribe now, because this is exactly the kind of analysis we focus on. Houlahan pushed directly against a vision of the military that Hegseth has articulated in books and media appearances, one that centers on a physically imposing, culturally narrow image of the warrior. She argued that this vision is not only incomplete, but dangerous, because it misunderstands how wars are actually fought today. A drone pilot thousands of miles away can change the outcome of the battlefield. A logistics officer can determine whether troops have fuel or ammunition. A cyber unit can shut down enemy systems before a single shot is fired. The exchange also brought history into the room. Women have served in U.S. military and defense roles for more than 200 years, often without recognition, often without formal permission, and often at great personal risk. Today, women fly combat jets, command ships, operate missile systems, lead intelligence units, and yes, serve in direct combat roles when standards are met. This is not a social experiment, it is a documented reality. Subscribe if you want more historical context like this, because it is often missing from political debates. When Houlahan asked the final question, whether women should be allowed to serve in all U.S. military roles if they meet the same standards, Hegseth did not give a clear yes. Instead, he returned to a familiar refrain: standards should be high and equal. On its face, that sounds reasonable, but it sidesteps the actual question: if standards are equal and women meet them, should they serve in all roles? The inability or unwillingness to answer that directly is what made this moment resonate. This matters because leadership signals shape institutions. When senior leaders speak ambiguously about who belongs, it affects recruitment, retention, morale, and trust. Women currently serving are listening. Young women considering service are listening. Male service members who serve alongside women are listening, and adversaries are watching too. A military that debates whether half its population is fundamentally suitable for service risks projecting confusion rather than strength. If this kind of accountability reporting matters to you, subscribe now and stay with us. We will continue following this confirmation process closely, breaking down what is said, what is avoided, and what it means for the future of the U.S. military. If you want reporting that helps you understand not just what happened, but why it matters, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because this story is far from over.